If you have been waiting around to see an increase in your Social Security benefits, then look no further, because we are now starting to see additional discussions where you could potentially see an increase to your benefits. Now, of course, we are not talking about the 3.2% cost of living adjustment that you are about to get on January 1st of 2024. That's for a different discussion. But those increases are prompting lawmakers to look at other legislation that is taking away from your benefits. Now, that's what we're going to address in today's video. So if you want to know more about Social Security and what could potentially be coming for you, make sure you stick around for this entire video. Also, if you have just 2 seconds, go ahead and hit that like button and let's begin. So first off, there is legislation out there right now that is attempting to rid taxes for Social Security recipients. And here's one of the reasons why. Over the past, couple of decades, well, more than a couple of decades, we have seen certain numbers not move. For instance, if you make over $25,000 per year on Social Security benefits, you could be subject to income taxes. The same goes for a couple that makes over $32,000 per year. Those numbers have not changed. Let me show you this. Okay, I want to show you this really quick just to give you an idea. This is actually from the IRS website. You can see right here, it says the 2000 base numbers or base amounts are $25,000 for single, $25,000 for married individually, $32,000 for married couples filing jointly. This is year 2000. This is actually on the IRS website. Guess what year it is? It's 2023. We should not be going off the same numbers. However, we are. And the problem with this is that right now, Social Security's cost of living adjustment is going to increase another 3.2%. That's even after last year's 8.7% cost of living adjustment. That means Social Security recipients keep getting more income. It keeps going up. The problem is those numbers that say you are now subject to income taxes, those numbers aren't changing. And the IRS doesn't look like they're going to be changing those anytime soon. But I want to bring something to your attention because this is now being pushed because of these additional increases. Right now, there's legislation on the table in the Senate. This was introduced back in September by Senator Pete Ricketts out of Nebraska. But he introduced a Social Security Check Tax Cut Act. You can see it right here. What this means is your Social Security check would not be taxed. Let's go ahead and read this really quick. It says, today, U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts out of Nebraska introduced the Social Security Check Tax Cut Act. The bill begins a total phase out of federal taxes on Social Security benefits. The bill was modeled after a successful effort to eliminate state taxes on Social Security benefits initiated when Pete Ricketts was governor of Nebraska. The Social Security Check Tax Cut Act is the third piece of legislation in Ricketts' Proven Nebraska Solutions Ready for America package. It says all Social Security benefits should be completely tax-free. My bill helps us get there in a fiscally responsible way, said Senator Ricketts. During my time as governor, we provided major relief to seniors by phasing out, here's the key, phasing out state taxes on Social Security benefits, and it's time the federal government did the same. By passing this bill, we can take the first step in boosting the retirement income of millions of seniors in Nebraska and across the country. Now, here's how the bill would work. So as governor in 2022, Ricketts signed the LB 873 into law to phase in the elimination of state taxes on Social Security benefits over a period of years. Here's how things would work in this bill. The Social Security Check Tax Cut Act would similarly phase out federal taxes on Social Security benefits, beginning with a 10% tax cut in year 1. It would increase to a 20-year tax cut in year 2, and then Congress can continue phasing out benefits or phasing out the tax by 10% a year and make all Social Security income tax-free by 2033. That is what he's proposing. Now, I want to be very clear on this, that this would not increase everybody's income, because many people still do not pay income taxes on their benefits, and the majority of Americans don't pay any income tax whatsoever. But I want to show you this right here. Okay, what happens, and this is the reason why there's a lot of discussions. What happens is this. Okay, you make money, so you make money from your job. Okay, that money then gets taxed at 12.4%. Okay, that's your taxes that you're paying just to Social Security. Okay, so that's what's going into Social Security. Okay, this right here is something that will become insolvent in the next 10 years. By 2034, Social Security's trust fund would become insolvent, and that would be a huge, huge issue, because 70 million people are relying on Social Security benefits just to get by. Now, here's where this Social Security Tax Cut Act is coming in, because you are taxed here, right? You are taxed here at 12.4%. You're also taxed here, because when you go and get Social Security, in order for you to get your benefit, right, you are also taxed. You're taxed right here. And this money actually varies. So again, these are the two places that lawmakers are discussing. Because what happens is, once you are taxed and you get your money over here, you could potentially pay 0% in taxes. You could pay 50% of your Social Security benefits in taxes, or you can pay up to 85%. That's exactly what they're talking about right here as well, is that, and this is actually from the Social Security Administration, it says you must pay taxes on up to 85% of your Social Security benefits if you file, and then it goes on to talk about more stuff there. But the reason why I want to show you this is because this is where everybody's having these discussions on these two things here. Okay, they're discussing this. They're also discussing this, because what they're actually discussing at this time, and I wouldn't even say they're going to negotiations yet, but they're thinking, can we get this potentially up to 13.2%? Okay, so it's 0.8% higher. Can we do that? Or, and here's another one, because this right here, okay, I just want to be very clear on this. This right here is going to cost people more money, which means those that earn, let's say, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 per year, they're going to actually make less money, because there's more money going into Social Security, right? You're taxed more. You're taxed 0.8% higher. But, okay, that's one. The other one is, if we are trying to improve Social Security and increase benefits to recipients, then our best option, okay, at this time is to eliminate this. And this is why they're calling for this phase out. Okay, that's what's here, is can we phase out benefits, okay, or simply phase in the elimination of taxes. All right, and so what we could see is people go from, instead of 85, maybe it's not 85, maybe it's 75%, maybe it's 40%, right? And then obviously 0. Could we see that? That's what lawmakers are discussing at this point. Again, not negotiations yet, discussions. Because the key to having Social Security benefits is it has to be there. This is where many people are, and many experts have been talking about this for some time, is we need to ensure that Social Security remains solvent. Okay? But if this is an option, this right here is an option, does that increase the insolvency? Does that increase the chances that that Social Security remains solvent? And the actual answer is no, it doesn't. That would increase the chances of Social Security, okay, becoming insolvent, having not enough money, where then your benefits are only going to be about 77% a month. And this would come sometime in 2034. So right now the discussions are, can we increase benefits to Social Security recipients without causing the Social Security Trust Fund to become insolvent sooner? The answer is yes, but we have to increase taxes. We have to tax large corporations. We have to tax millionaires and billionaires. And according to Democrats, they have to pay their fair share in taxes. Okay? So this is where things get very tricky. And now, I could come on here and tell you that we're getting close, right? Every day I think we're getting closer, but we're only getting closer by one day. We're not seeing just huge leaps and bounds in solving this crisis. No. The only reason why we're getting closer is because eventually we're going to come up on this X date where that is going to be the insolvency date, where after that, every single Social Security recipient will get less benefits. And we would see a cut by about 22 to 23%. That is according to the Social Security Administration and the Senior Citizens League. So, right now that we are seeing these increases because of the cost of living adjustment, some people are asking for these to actually increase, where we see these numbers, $32,000, then the $25,000 numbers, they want to see those increase. But if they can't, can we just eliminate taxes? Here's what I expect. I would expect these numbers right here are going to increase. This will increase, the $25,000 and $32,000 per year. I think those numbers are going to increase. What I don't see happening is I don't see this. Okay, I don't see this going anywhere. I think this is going to stay at 0%, 50% of your benefits, and also up to 85% of your benefits. I think that sticks around for a little bit longer. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's currently happening at this time. That is what we know. There are a lot of discussions regarding Social Security, but again, these are discussions. They haven't really turned into negotiations yet because everybody's trying to put out their agenda, put out their plan, and figure out if there's any support for it. So, as we get more information, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of right now. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.